Today I'm going to talk about the 5 things I wish I would have learned when I first started buying real estate. I've been a local agent for about 21 years, but I was buying and selling real estate long before I became an actual real estate agent. And I've learned a lot along the way. I continue to learn, but there have been a few rocky moments. And today I want to share the top 5 things I wish I would have known before I started buying real estate in hopes of making your home buying experience just a little bit smoother. Hi, I'm Lorene Hetherington with hetheringtonteam.com and Parks Realty here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm very fortunate to lead a team of luxury agents. We specialize in luxury real estate here in the Nashville area, and we'd love the opportunity to help you out. If you know someone who's moving to town or relocating their entire company, hop on, give us a text, shoot us a call. We'd love the opportunity to help you in any way we can, because we're all about helping you buy a house, get a fresh start, and live your best life yet. So let's get started. Number 1, streets really do matter. One of the first homes that I bought, I was trying to do that textbook, buy the smallest house in the nicest neighborhood that I could afford. So I bought the cheapest house, but it just happened to be on a very busy street close to an elementary school. Now I love the elementary school, which is great, but the problem is we had buses going to and from school all day long. And in addition, it was actually a busy theater street. It was a cut through for the local high schoolers. So when in doubt, try to buy on a less traveled street. And it's great to live close to a school, but you just don't want to be in a place where buses are going back and forth and all the high schoolers are spinning up and down the street in front of your house. The number 2 thing, avoid buying at all costs next to an empty field. This was a tough lesson for me to learn. It was one of my first investment properties. It was a 6-apartment building and it was right next to an empty field. Well, at the time I bought the building, it had all these light medical office building signs up and there were restrictions on how high and how wide the buildings could be. So I thought it'd be okay. And it was a great buy. Well, about a year into this experience, I roll up to check on my tenants and there's a huge hole and all these bulldozers building a very large hole in my backyard. Turns out the light medical office people sold to a grocery store chain, and a giant grocery store was going right behind my 6-unit apartment building. That is the way it goes when you're buying next to an empty field. You can think that it's going to be one thing, but zoning can change, plans can change, and you're stuck. So when in doubt, buy not next to an empty field. In that case, it turned out to be okay. I still made money on the deal because my tenants actually liked being able to walk to a grocery store, but it is always risky when you buy next to an open field. The number 3 thing, cul-de-sacs aren't always the end-all be-all. Of course, cul-de-sacs are great. People love them because there's less traffic. But a lot of my sellers have told me, and a lot of my buyers that I have worked with throughout the years, that cul-de-sacs can be really tricky because if they're a small cul-de-sac, if there's one person that's not taking care of their yards and you're driving by it all day long, or if there's maybe a couple people in the cul-de-sac that not everyone is getting along, cul-de-sacs can be a little too tight-knit. So word of advice, if you are buying on a cul-de-sac, which tend to be the more premium properties, try to make sure there's a lot of houses on the cul-de-sac to spread your risk. Number 4, there are some jobs that are better left to the pros. I grew up on a farm and we always do a lot of work on properties myself and with my family, and I love that for you. But there are some jobs that are just, you should hire out. Case in point, I was taking down wallpaper from a 2-story great room and I left the glue solution on just a little too long. And when I went to pull out the wallpaper, it was my first time doing this, parts of the plaster actually came with the wallpaper. And then I actually had to go turn around and hire a pro to fix my mistake. So if you don't really know the job, you shouldn't be cutting your teeth on your own house. It is better on wallpaper, electric, big jobs like that to maybe hire a professional. Number 5 tip, when you're buying a house, talk to your lender about maybe going for a 15-year mortgage versus a 30. So what that means is you're paying off the house twice as fast. But why that's so important to talk to your lender is you're going to pay a lot less money to your bank on an interest. So when in doubt, try to go with the 15-year. I know it's tough, but if you can swing it, you'll save yourself a lot of money. So to recap, the 5 things that I wish I would have known when I first started buying real estate 21 years ago. Streets matter. Choose wisely. Avoid buying next to an empty field. It can be tricky. Cul-de-sacs are not all that. Some jobs definitely better left to the pros. And when you're financing a house, do what you can to go with a 15-year mortgage versus a 30. It will save you a lot of money. Again, my name is Lorene Hetherington. I have the pleasure of leading a team of luxury agents who specialize in high-end real estate here in the Nashville area. If you're thinking about moving to town, or maybe you know a family that's moving to town, feel free to call or text me. Our team is happy to help you out in any way we can. And be sure to hit the subscribe button to this channel. This is a real estate channel really focused on Nashville. So we're going to be telling you all things that you need to know about different neighborhoods in town and what it's like to live and work in this beautiful city. Love to have the opportunity to help you buy a house, get a fresh start, and live your best life yet. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.